let me give you 10 spooky manhwa to read this season. Without further delay, let's get started. Our first recommendation is Monster Child. The manhwa follows the story of Charlie, the protagonist who's a runaway and always seems to mess things up. After realizing this, he decides to look for a way to change and prove himself. Soon, he comes across a rare and high-paying opportunity that seems like a chance to redeem himself. However, blinded by the promise of a huge payout, he accepts the job without realizing that he will become food for a baby monster. Monster Child is an outstanding manhwa that is unfortunately not well known. The art style is quite unique and unnerving, with each panel reflecting unsettling dark green hues. It's also excellent at conveying character emotions. However, the character development in this horror manhwa is weak. Despite the plot advancing, the characters remain trapped in their molded personas with little or no change. Next, we have The Happening. The manhwa I'm about to tell you about is not for the faint of heart. It starts with sudden screams, and before you know it, all hell breaks loose. The once beautiful world turns into an apocalyptic nightmare, where the mutation of all living beings happens at a mind-blowing speed. But amidst the chaos, our protagonist Lee Park, a young man who has always struggled with a lack of human emotions, faces two life-changing situations that will test his limits. He must not only fight for survival in the face of a zombie apocalypse, but also confront unsettling memories and emotions he never knew he had. But this zombie horror manhwa is not just about mindless gore. It has a more philosophical side to it, delving deep into the question of what makes us human and how we can become our own worst enemies in the face of disaster. And let's talk about the art. It's good, really good. While it might not be the absolute best in the genre, it certainly adds to the overall experience. If you're a fan of world-ending manhwa, trust me, you don't want to miss this. Get ready for an adrenaline-fueled ride through a terrifying world where every moment counts and survival is the only goal. Next, we have Pigpen. The manhwa follows the story of Song Jin, the protagonist, who wakes up on a pristine beach without any recollection of his identity or how he arrived there. The kind family that has been helping him seems welcoming, but they seem to harbor dark secrets beneath their facade, which makes matters worse for him. To unravel the mystery of his existence, he desperately tries to find clues. However, he quickly realizes that the clues he uncovers only lead to more nerve-wracking questions. From this point on, the story becomes a race against time. Either the protagonist discovers the mysteries of his situation or gets consumed by the darkness lurking around him. This manhwa is undoubtedly one of the best psychological horror manhwa out there. The depth of its storyline is amazing and full of surprises. Its art style is also marvelous, bringing out the essence of the characters with each stroke. I've read hundreds of manhwas so far, and I haven't seen anything like this mystery suspense thriller. This manhwa is as deep as darkness itself and isn't for those looking for a chill and wish-fulfilling horror. Next, we have Bastard. Get ready for an adrenaline-fueled ride with this gripping manhwa. Meet Jin Seon, a bullied teen who's always followed his father's twisted plans, no matter how evil they are. But when his dad targets a girl who once saved Jin's life, everything changes. Jin is forced to confront his deepest fears and face off against the monster he's always dreaded. The result is an epic psychological battle between a living demon and his own shadow, packed with thrilling twists and jaw-dropping surprises. Will Jin emerge victorious, or will his inner demons consume him? Bastard is a thrilling psychological horror manhwa by the creator of Shotgun Boy, Pigpen, and Sweet Home. Its masterful plot and incredible artwork will keep you on the edge of your seat. The story follows a game of cat and mouse between a mad father and his scarred son, and the tension that builds in each chapter is palpable. This is a masterpiece that you won't want to miss this season. The anime adaptation has already begun, so be sure to check it out. Next, we have Delusion. The story revolves around Madame Song Jianghua, who is one of the wealthiest women in Zhongxiang. Despite her wealth and connections, she lives a solitary life, and the only proof of her existence is her portrait. One day, she hires a struggling artist to paint a portrait for her 80th birthday. However, after signing a strict contract, the artist discovers that Madame Song is not an old lady but an immortal being, a vampire that only exists in myths. This manhwa has an exceptional art style that is one of the best in the genre. Its intricate and captivating plot adds depth to the story. The characters are intriguing, drawing the reader into the mysteries surrounding Madame Song right from the beginning. However, despite its well-crafted tension, the story fails to deliver satisfying payoffs. It is a good mystery horror manhwa that could have been even better. Next, we have Rotten. Yenig, a young lad, possesses an extraordinary ability to see ghosts, while Officer Han has an uncanny sense of sniffing out evil. When these two oddly weird individuals team up to solve a series of missing people's cases, they unravel a chilling mystery that goes beyond their wildest imagination. As they delve deeper into the investigation, they uncover a dark web of deceit, violence, and cover-ups that threatens to consume them. But Yenig is determined to seek answers from the roaming ghosts, even if it means facing his worst fears. And Officer Han is prepared to bear the overpowering stench of maliciousness to catch the culprit. As they race against time to solve the case, they realize that the evil that lurks in the shadows is not to be taken lightly. Will they be able to uncover the truth before it's too late? Only time will tell. Hold on tight for a thrilling ride of mystery, suspense, and supernatural encounters in this gripping manhwa. If you're a fan of the paranormal and horror genre, then you should check out Rotten. This manhwa has an incredible plot that blends mystery and a light detective subplot with some psychological horror that will give you a good scare. Don't wait any longer, give it a read. Next, we have Sweet Home. Tragic events strike and steal like a thief. Our protagonist, Hyun Cha, loses his family in a tragic road accident in the blink of an eye. His father, mother, and even his only sister are all dead. He is forced to leave his home because he has no one to support him, which is torturous for a reclusive, socially withdrawn adolescent like him. But fate has other plans for him. Strange abominations arrive just days after he moves into a rented home, and civilization comes to an end. This is another fantastic manhwa that you should not miss out during Halloween. With its murky, brooding, and creepy vibe, the art style is perfect for a horror manhwa. Its redemptive plot is also decent for its audience. If you're looking for a horror thriller with high-quality character development, then you must read this goodie. Next, we have Unknown Caller. In this manhwa, Korean authors pool their imaginations and their most disturbing thoughts to create a story that will keep you awake for at least a month. And at least 2 or 3 of you will return to sleeping between their parents. These authors have been terrifying their audience for years and have never disappointed a single reader. Some of them are wishing they could. They will use augmented reality technology to detect all of the heinous creatures that live alongside you in your own home. Creatures unlike any other may be stalking you, showering with you, touching you, and doing other creepy things. Can you carry on with your life as usual after witnessing the terrors that lurk beside you every day? I'm sure some of you are perplexed at this point, but that is the plot of this manhwa. This is a must-see for anyone who enjoys being scared. Next, we have Jack Frost. Juno, our brave protagonist, has just started at a new school. Although she felt something was off, she chose to ignore it. Big mistake. My dear viewers, always trust your instincts. When you sense danger, act fast as your life may depend on it. But let me tell you, Juno's intuition was spot on. The school is a breeding ground for monsters, and she arrived just in time for the epic battle between the beasts. And who should be the center of attention in this monstrous fight? None other than our vulnerable human, Juno, who's now the ultimate prize for the victors. Will she survive this chaos and come out on top? You'll have to read this spine-tingling manhwa to find out. Lastly, we have Barnacle. Lee Lee is a civil servant who works as a lighthouse keeper on Goodlow Island. Although his job is dull, it pays well. However, his peaceful life is disrupted when a strange species of barnacle starts infecting living beings and turning them into zombies. Eejin's once tranquil island life turns into a nightmare as he fights to survive and uncover the mystery behind the outbreak. Barnacle is an odd yet intriguing zombie apocalypse manhwa that can be considered a masterpiece. Although the art style may not be of the highest quality, it still delivers its intended effect of creating a sense of fear and unease. However, the depth of some of the side characters can be lacking, with some even feeling like templates. Additionally, reading this manhwa may cause you to despise barnacles so much that you'll gain a newfound appreciation for Charles Darwin's incredible stomach for studying marine life. Now that I have given you this list, let me know in the comments section the name of your favorite manhwa. Do not forget to like and share this video with your friends. They might be looking for a new manhwa to read. Peace out.